Jacqueline with systemsforselfcare.com, the place to go if you're struggling with consistency. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I hear this question a lot. Why am I not consistent? Jacqueline, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just do the thing? Why did these things keep happening to me? Why am I not consistent? If this is you, don't worry. This is the podcast episode for you. So let's get into that and let's define the word consistent. And so obviously there's a million different dictionary definitions, but basically consistency is behaving or acting the same way with steady continuity. So like over and over and over again, doing the same thing over and over and over again, pretty much the same way, same time, right? So defining that word gives us some context. Why am I not consistent? Oh, I'm not doing the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, why are you not doing the same thing over and over and over again? What's popping up? And I think for a lot of people, they haven't set boundaries. So here's what happens for a lot of people. I'm going to give some examples, but a thought pops up in our head. And then we do an action based on that thought. Now, our thoughts that pop in our head, they come from our beliefs and our identities. But if we feel like, oh my gosh, that other person is more important to me, if that thought crosses our mind, and you truly believe that, then you will do the action for that person instead of the thing that you said you were going to do for yourself. Our thoughts and our actions and our outcomes can easily be swayed by other people, other circumstances, other things happening in the world that seem like they're more important in that moment. So an example, this actually just happened this past weekend. I have the habit of coming upstairs to my office, even on weekends. I especially decided to do this during the pandemic. I was like, man, weekends, I don't even really look forward to weekends because it's not all that different. And especially it's very cold here. So I was like, cool, I'm just going to go upstairs and do my self-care sessions, even on weekends. Even though I'm not meeting with clients, I need to do these things for myself. And so, and I need to come upstairs. All my stuff is up here. Everything, my equipment, my journals, my books, everything is up here, right? So everything is set up in this space for me to do it up here. And for whatever reason, my husband was like, hey, just stay down here and do it with me downstairs. And so it like messed up my routine a little bit because I don't know, just the equipment that I wanted wasn't there. And so his intention was not to sabotage me by any means. He wanted to like spend time with me, but I could have just said like, hey, actually, can we just go upstairs? you can come do this with me, but like, let's go upstairs because I have everything there. But doing that, it did throw my game off because I didn't have the things that I wanted. But I was easily swayed by someone else. I could have just said, hey, actually, this is important to me. I said that I need to go upstairs, so I need to go upstairs. I could have just said that. I hear from a lot of people when they're on trips, they feel guilty about taking time for themselves in the morning because, we're on vacation. We should be off and doing a million things. So then they don't stick with the things. They don't stick with their self-care time in the morning because their husband is more important and the kids are more important because they don't take that time for themselves. They feel resentful later in the day. And then when they get home from vacation, it's just been a free-for-all when it comes to food and not exercising. And so why are they not consistent? They haven't set those boundaries. They haven't said, hey, actually, doesn't matter where I'm at, I need to do something for myself. I'm not being selfish. If you have that belief that self-care is selfish, then of course you wouldn't follow through with these things. I'm not being selfish. I'm taking 7 minutes of my time. If you're doing the 7-minute self-care session, 30 minutes of our time. You guys, this stuff comes out to being like single digit percentages of our day. And if you taking time for yourself will actually make the day run smoother because now you're not resentful and you've taken that time for yourself, your significant other, your family members, they will learn to understand that this is important. They're like, oh, okay, cool. When mom takes time for herself, she feels good and, she's able to participate. When mom doesn't take time for herself, she ends up not participating at all anyway. So Yeah. So you need to be the one to decide like, hey, actually, this is important to me. I need to take this time for myself. And you need to set those boundaries and teach them to yourself that you are important. This comes from our thoughts and our actions are actually based on our beliefs and our how we identify. But anyway, so we need to set those boundaries, teach them to ourselves. That's going to help you change your beliefs. And we need to teach them to other people as well. If you are struggling with consistency, you need to set these boundaries and need to be the type of person who can set boundaries. Otherwise, you will never follow through consistently with your actions, or it won't feel good. It'll be this uphill battle. It'll be this mess. It will not actually feel like self-care. It'll feel like a battle. I have more tips on teaching you how to actually have a conversation about setting boundaries. I give you some words, I give you some dialogue in the 7-minute, or I'm sorry, in Self-Care Session School, which you can get more info on that and join us. We just started today, Monday, February 22nd. So you're not late. Hop on in. You can add yourself either via Facebook or via email. You can go to systemsforselfcare.com/school. Joining this is going to help you be more consistent, know how to have these conversations and how to put yourself first so that you actually can be consistent. All right, take care. I will see you in the next one. Bye.